Hello, Angry Guy here again with another reading. Except this time it's not a shitty fan fiction. It is a story that one of my close friends has sent me to read because he is currently writing a book, as am I. So, here we go. So, this story is called Red Handed, and so far I think he has more than this done now because he sent me this a few months ago. I've been reading other stuff and have been busy with a lot of schoolwork, so unfortunately I haven't been reading this, but I am doing it now. So here we go. Chapter 1, Meeting the Others. The Others. Kuro sat up pensively and observed his surroundings. He was in a bunk bed on the bottom bunk, and all around the wide room were other bunks in rows, others lying in the beds passed out. Windows lined the walls, though little light shined through them. It was gray outside. Beside each of the beds was a large locker encompassing 2 compartments in each. The bottom compartment on the locker beside his bed was labeled Kuro. Kuro got to his feet and went into the large bathroom area at the end of the space, absolutely baffled. Staring into the mirror, he spritzed cold water onto his face. Where is this? What happened last night? Kuro wasn't a drinker. He didn't have blackouts. In fact, he was notably very skilled in remembering things. And so the fact that he couldn't collect his thoughts not only puzzled him, but angered him. This doesn't make any sense. He scrutinized his reflection. Kuro's messy black hair hung about his head in long strands, going down his cheeks and covering his ears as well as running down to the nape of his neck. His cool blue eyes flickered in confusion. He wore a snug, long-sleeved black shirt and jeans, his usual He wore a snug, long-sleeved black shirt and jeans, his usual apparel, and shook his head as he explored the bathroom area, filled with showers and stalls, the floor lined with blue tile. He returned to the mirror one last time. "How long have I been out?" he muttered, opening his mouth and rubbing his teeth to feel if they were clean. "What are you doing?" A voice from behind caused him to jump as a form appeared in the mirror behind him. "Whoa!" Kuro darted around, facing the calm-looking boy. "I didn't mean to scare you." He rose his hands, backing away a bit and giving Kuro some space. "My name's Hajime. I just woke up here a few minutes ago. I'm not sure where I am. Do you by any chance know where we are?" Hajime had short, light purple hair and bright and inviting yellow eyes. His face was radiant with life. His countenance was quite cheery. His voice was warm and comforting. "No, I'm sorry I don't. I just woke up here too. None of this rings a bell. I usually have a really good memory, but I don't know how I got here, and even what I did yesterday, or the day before. Yeah, I'm in the dark too." He shrugged. "I'm Kuro, by the way." He extended his hand. "Nice to meet you." Hajime chuckled as he drew his left hand to shake rather than his right, as to avoid the hand that had been in Kuro's mouth. "Oh," Kuro laughed awkwardly, then both passively as they shook. "Let's wake up the others. Maybe somebody knows what's going on." Kuro walked around the dark space, uncomfortably shaking awake the random teenage strangers, all seeming his age. Another thing they shared were that they were all male. Now all awake, they eyed each other. Not one of them knew how they had gotten here. "Has anybody been outside?" one of them questioned. Maybe we can get a better spec of what's going on. The group sifted outside, and down a few steps off of the tiny deck lining the entrance of the dormitory. Kuro counting 12 in total, to see a grouping of girls across a dirty plain about 20 yards away. The group studied each other mysteriously, both seeming very confused. Kuro took in the environment. It was dark, as clouds brewed in the sky. 2 buildings stood out. The one the boys had exited, a large cabin of some sort, the roof coming up into a sharp point from 2 thick slopes on either side, and the dorm across from them mirroring it where the girls came from. It too had the same roof and small porch. They all seemed of around the same age as Kuro, 18, and he scratched his head as he took in the bizarre situation. All around them were trees shadowed by the dark sky, and a cool, stormy breeze blew about. There was a large flagpole and a fire pit in between both camps, and nothing but dark green forest surrounded the area. Kuro could tell by the countenance of the others that they, too, had no idea what was going on. The 2 groups met in the middle, then examined one another. "So, I'm just gonna be the one to affirm," a girl began with powerful green eyes and long brown hair that fell down her athletically toned frame, "that none of us here know where we are." Nobody answered. "Look." Another of the girls pointed into the distance at a wide path stretching through the forest. Her blonde hair shone radiantly in the darkness, done up with hair bands as other strands escaped and hung down to her lower neck, and her icy blue eyes reflected her interest. Maybe we can figure out where this is if we check that out. Seems like the only place to go besides the dorms. All the strangers followed her lead, making their way into the spacious, winding trail that led in between the forest, and was layered with cold, dark soil. And inside the woods, there were no bird chirps or animal sounds. Nothing but the eerie, unsettling wind shaking the trees. No one said a word, as nobody had any idea what to say to one another. Kuro fidgeted with his pocket as they walked. What? He felt a bulge in his pocket and removed it. My Walkman? Kuro felt the black Walkman in his hands, his headphones tied around it neatly. He untied it and observed the screen of the device. Its characteristic scratches spread about the glass. This is definitely my Walkman. What the hell? At last, the strangers found themselves in an opening, a circular, 1-story metal building before them. Beyond it were 3 paths, each marked with signs illegible from the current distance. No one neared the shy structure until a boy with fiery, scarlet-red hair stepped toward it and pushed open the door. He walked inside and the others followed. Within was a single, expansive, circular metal room, black screens lining every wall, projecting the word, "Welcome." Everyone filed inside, and at once the screens began projecting words, all of them in sync. "Good morning, recruits. We're very sorry to separate you from your families at such an important time in your life, your high school graduation, but you have been specially selected for a very important experiment." Experiment? The red-haired boy grumbled angrily. "What the hell are you talking about?" He interrogated the quiet walls that continued typing. "We are well aware that you are all wondering where you are, if you are safe, if your families are safe. First, do not worry. Your families have not been harmed in any way. Where you are currently located is unfortunately undisclosed, but what we can tell you is that it's a sort of campground. Beyond this forest and further down the path you took to get here is a city. Feel free to explore in your downtime, but don't go too far. Every morning you will report back to the building you stand in now for instructions. We like to refer to it as the conference hall. Finally, are you safe? That depends. Are any of you skilled in solving murders?
The room was engulfed in a terrible, sinister atmosphere as everyone took in the words of the walls. The experiment you have found yourself in is very simple. Have any of you ever played Killer? That game where you sit around the table with your friends, each of you with a designated role. The appointed killer winks at all the members at the table, signifying killing them. Either he does, or somebody catches him, and the remaining players live, the killer dying. That's kind of like what's happening here, except it won't be as simple as catching somebody winking.
This is bullshit.
A hulking boy roared in frustration. What the hell are you talking about, killers? The screens couldn't hear him, though they responded to his question. 21 of you stand in this room. 20 of you are innocent civilians. One of you is an incredibly dangerous, psychotic murderer. Who is it? The giant boy scrutinized the crowd. Which one of you is it? Silence! A girl with short, fox pelt orange hair hushed him. Her blue eyes were cold, and her face sported sharp, powerful features, her fit body similar. Nobody's going to just raise their hand and let you clobber them. We need to pay attention to what we're being told. No one dared argue with the intimidating young lady, and so they continued reading the words in dread.
Alright, well, I'm running out of data memory / space on my phone right now. So for right now, I will be stopping this and then restarting again once I delete some shit off my phone. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh fuck. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. If you didn't, whatever. That's your prerogative. Not my problem. Actually, it is my problem. I should make better content. But so far, I like it. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.